And here we go, the episode I've been waiting to record. And of course, if you know me, you know why I've been waiting to record it. Because two of my most hyped shows of the season are included. This time I will be looking at Lord El-Melloi II's case files of our Zeppelin Grace Note. I'll be looking at Senki Zesho Symphogear XV. I'll be looking at Vinland Saga. And I'll be looking at Restage Dream Days. 4 shows, 2 of which you pretty much already know how this is going to turn out. But regardless, join me, because as ever, this is a 2019 summer anime preview, from a different perspective. So here we go, with one of the hype shows of the season. It's time for Lord El-Melloi II's case files of our Zeppelin Grace Note. And of course that's quite a bit of a mouthful. This is not an anime which really sings about its origins. But it's the latest anime from the Fate series. It's from the same series as Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero, and Apocrypha, things like that. And by the fact to call it Lord El-Melloi II's case files, or Waver's case files, you can tell it's focusing on one of Fate Zero's more popular characters, Waver Velvet, or as is now known, Lord El-Melloi II, because this happens 10 years after Fate Zero, which is ironically about when the 5th Grail War starts in Fate Day Night. This is about a grown-up Waver who is now teaching at the Clock Tower and has taken over Archibald El-Melloi's job, effectively. He's taken over his class. Why has he done that? Well, that's all it's explained in this first episode, isn't it? To go into the history of case files, you really need to think about Fate Zero. And if you're not seen Fate Zero, skip ahead a few minutes because I'm going to be spoiling it a lot for you right now. Because Waver is the master of Ryder. Ryder in this case is Iskander, the king of conquerors, and he summons him by using a relic of Iskander's cloak. A relic he steals from Lord El-Melloi, his teacher. Lord El-Melloi eventually summons Diarmuid and is killed in war, but somehow Waver survives despite not winning it. In fact, it's a war which nobody actually wins. Then again, does anyone ever win a Grail War? Doubt it, to be honest. Well, after the war, he does a bit of soul searching. He borrows a lot of money, buys up the class. But he does that in order to pretty much apologise for what he did to Lord El-Melloi, because he feels that he killed him. Not directly, but by indirect not allowing him to summon Iskander, one of the most powerful servants in the war, although to be honest, when he's up against Gilgamesh and Arturia, yeah, the King of Conquerors is going to be outdone by the King of Knights and the King of Kings. But he would have had a good chance of getting some decent battles off. The entire premise of the first episode is telling Waver's backstory, what's he been up to since the Grail War finished. And we do this through him being interrogated upside down by Lord El-Melloi's younger sister, by Rhaenys El-Melloi Archistot, the heir to the El-Melloi house and the next lord. But of course she's a bit too young to be a lord at this point, and so she does a deal with Waver. Waver will take up the name of Lord El-Melloi, although at his discretion he says that Lord El-Melloi is second only, and take up the role and do all the bad hard work for her until she's old enough to take the reins. Which is ironic given that's what her name is. And she is delightfully evil, but in a cute way. She's sadistic, but not brutal. And I'm looking forward to knowing a bit more about Rhaenys, to see what she's like. And of course, getting to know more about Waver, of course I'm going to be wanting to see more about him. Because this is very much fan service for fans of Fate. It's the inner workings, it's a bit of a rarity in the Fate universe. It's a Fate anime, which isn't based on a Grail War, and we've not had one of those in quite some time, if ever. If you are interested in learning more about the inner workings of the Clock Tower, and about Waver Velvet in general, you can find this one airing over at Crunchyroll. With a lot of shows I review, I get myself little crib notes, I get myself pages open on certain websites so I remember the characters' names. That's not needed here. It's time for me to look at Senki Zesho Symphogear XV, the 5th in the line of the Symphogear series. And I'll spoil it for you now. It's going green. Of course I'm going to be watching this. I mean, I'm wearing a freaking t-shirt, crying out loud. See? So, spoiling the green screen there a bit. But whatever. I'm just that hyped for Symphogear. This is an anime I absolutely love. But I'll try and break it down for you guys who haven't really seen it. Now Symphogear is an anime about singing magical girls. But it's not a magical girl series, it's more almost shonen mecha in its build. You got a main character, Hibiki. She's the most optimistic, everything will be alright sort of character. She's bright, she's cheery, pointlessly optimistic. And she will punch her way through anything. Not because she's violent, but because she wants to connect to people with her fists, with her hands. She'd rather reach out and punch someone than just walk away and ignore them. And she's backed up by a bunch of magical girls. The idol, Tsubasa, the former bad girl, Chris, the dark magical girl turned Maria, the absolutely adorable pair of inseparable friends, Kirika and Shirabe. And of course, who can forget Hibiki's wife, Miku, the sunshine in Hibiki's world. And that's all that really is about. It's fighting magical girls, not fighting each other, not in this season anyway, I hope. Fighting against bad guys with absolutely over-the-top battles, all played out to the beat of an absolutely banging soundtrack. It's the anime equivalent of getting proper, decent beat music on a Zelda game. Yet Symphogear is the magical girl anime, as Cadence of Hyrule is the Legend of Zelda. It's addicting, it's absolutely fun to watch, and it's insane at times, but you can't help but love it. I'm trying my hardest not to spoil Symphogear for everybody else, because I will be honest, I wanted to go back and watch it. All 5 series are now airing at Crunchyroll, although Season 4 is being released in parts. It's not fully there yet, but Seasons 1 to 4 will be there, and Season 5 is airing now. The order you want to watch them is Symphogear, Symphogear G, GX, AXZ, and then XV. Although, you can just look at the order they listed on Crunchyroll, that'll tell you everything you need to know. Even so, you should watch Hibiki, watch Symphogear, watch it for Chris, watch it for Tsubasa, watch it for Mizuki's awesome music, watch it for Aoi Yuki's awesome music. Crying out loud, watch it for Eihei Takagi's awesome music. Or just watch it for Gendo being an absolute boss of a boss. There's many reasons to watch Symphogear. I mean, there's reasons not to watch it, but give it a try. Give the first season a try, get the hype, and then go and watch Season 5 once you've caught up. As I say, it's all on Crunchyroll, so get to it. I'll even forgive you if you stop with watching this video, but please come back and watch it later. So, you know what I like about anime, you know what I don't like. So what if I was to tell you there's an anime which is both historical and violent? You know what I'd probably say to you. That's my first impressions when I first heard about Vinland Saga. An anime about Vikings. Yep, you heard me right, an anime about Vikings. Now, Vikings are both historical and ultra-violent, so it immediately turned me off, but I need to watch this thing because it's got bloody Vikings in it. Vikings make everything cool. Vikings are probably better than pirates and ninjas put together. In fact, they pretty much are pirates and ninjas put together. They're fighting people who use boats and ginormous friggin' axes, because axes make things cool. But the first episode of Vinland Saga isn't really too much about the fighting, it's about the axes, it's about the inner workings of the families and the life of the Vikings. The main characters doesn't really, we'll be honest, the characters' names don't really stick with me, except for the fact there's a half a dozen of them named after Thor, and that they trade in sheep. But I do know this one's got quite a following. People do like Vinland Saga, it's got a lot of quality behind it. So it's obvious why they turned it into an anime. The setting is very Viking-like, it's very cold, it's very frozen. No idea exactly where it's set, it's probably somewhere in the Scandinavian countries. But apparently they want to get to Vinland. Not Finland, well, it could be Finland, although that would be a very short trip. But Vinland. The land of Vin. France. No, don't know if it's France either, but yeah, the land of Vin. But there's no real much talk of Vinland. I think it's mentioned once in the first episode. I mean, I could have watched more. The first 3 episodes are actually aired straight away as a promo airing to make sure people get involved. But I'm basing this review purely on episode 1 because I don't want to put this one up to a different test than every other anime. But is Vinland Saga worth watching? Now, we'll be honest, it doesn't look too bad actually. It's violent, but it's not overly violent. It doesn't shove violence down your throat with a giant axe, because that'd be painful and will probably kill you. There's a lot of toing and froing with talking and lots of hey we Vikings bits in there, but it never felt overdone. It's historical, but it doesn't try and flaunt its historicalness. It's not got no real shaders on it. It's historical in the same way that Golden Kamuy is historical. You can tell it's historical from the characters and the clothes and the setting, not from the way it's animated, which is where the historical should be done. In fact, this one does remind me a whole lot of Golden Kamuy. Hopefully it's going to be as good as it. If you didn't want to watch Vinland Saga for yourself, it's airing over Amazon. And our next anime couldn't get any further away from Vikings, to be honest, because we're now entering the world of Restage Dream Days. An idol anime. An anime about wanting to become the next idol, the pursuit of the dreams of winning the Prism stage. Yeah, this is Love Live, but with different idols. And not 9 of them. I want to know it's also based on a game, it seems, because, yeah, idol shows and games. That makes perfect sense. Well, selling you CDs, selling you games, it's all much of a muchness, really, isn't it? I'll give this one props, it's cute. Main character isn't an idol-obsessed creek. It goes from the other option, and instead makes her somebody who doesn't want to be an idol. We're talking the likes of Wake Up Girls here, with a main character who sort of is running away from idoldom. We don't know her backstory, but I assume it's got something to do with her sister who is also an idol. And so she joins this new school, transferring for some reason, probably idol related, and is forced to join a club. Doesn't know what club to join, and so she's tricked into joining the Lyrical Dance Club, basically code name for the idol club. And in that, we learn that not only is she a good dancer and singer, she can perfectly mimic somebody else's singing and dancing, and she can't stop herself from time to time. Quite a talent, to be honest. And very convenient for main character to have that talent, because once you know it, by the end of the first episode, we now know that the other people in the idol club want her to be an idol with them. She doesn't though. She's not at all interested. But hopefully I can talk into it, because otherwise this will be a bloody short show if it doesn't. Now we all know where this one's going to be going. She's going to resist, eventually she's going to become an idol, we're going to enter a competition and probably lose. That way leading the route for a sequel or to sell a game. Or we can make a win, and we'll say you can also be a winner if you play our game. It's basically a sellout anime for a mobile game. But I'm okay with that as long as the story's good. And the characters do look like it's going to be quite interesting. Will it be worth watching? Who knows. I'll watch it, see what it's like. Probably drop it if it doesn't live up to my expectations. If you want to watch it for yourself, you can find it on High Dive. I think this anime season's trying to make up for something. Maybe it's trying to make up for how bad Magical Senpai is. Because every show other than that has been actually pretty decent. There's been no show which I've hated. But what about you? Are there any shows you don't like this season so far from the 16mm scene? Let me know in the comments. And join me next time and look at 4 more. So until then, thanks for watching. Bye bye.